Hey, how's everybody doing? It's the 4th of July, so instead of doing the right thing and doing things with other people like normal people do, I decided I'm gonna sculpt Captain America, or at least his head. And we're gonna start with a ball. We're gonna start with a ball because that's how it's done. That's how everything you've seen me sculpt, give or take, has started with a ball just like this. So, that's what we're going to do. I look a little bit more yellow than I should, so I'm going to adjust that real quick. Hold on 1 second. Why do I look so yellow? I am not yellow. Let's just move the slider this way a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay, let's see what people were saying before the stream started. Looks like you guys got into a fight. Hey, what's up, John? What's up, King of Legends? A couple people got in trouble already. That's a great way to start. Good job, guys. Way to really get the right vibe going. Oh man. All right. Hi, please can you teach how to make a Figma? Nope. Not doing that. All right, guys. So this is how almost all of my projects have started. Eventually, so I started with a ball, and then I sculpted like a blank head, and then I took my other projects from that head. So I take that blank head, and then I add all the details into it that I need. So it's not technically each one starting from a ball directly, but originally, they all started from a ball, just like this. So we'll leave the floor on for now. Let's go ahead and give us our blue background, because I like to look at blue rather than gray. We're not going to make the ball blue. That's going to stay gray. Alright, so we're going to do Captain America, and if you're new, now I'm sure some of you are new, No, Troy, I was being sarcastic. We don't play games around here. Not those kind of games anyway. Anyway, if you're new, you should know that it's going to look terrible for a little while at least, but eventually it'll look like something. For instance, when when God of War came out, I did a stream like this for Kratos. And what happened was, this Kratos is the result. And it started the exact same way, so just have faith. This will be a bit of an exercise for me because I don't normally sculpt realistic likenesses, but that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a little bit of practice for me, and it should be fun. And as you can see, after 3 hours, it turned into something that's fairly reasonably accurate. So hopefully, we can do the same thing with Kratos. I mean, not Kratos, the other guy that we're doing. Chris Evans. So that's what we're going to do, and it should be a fun time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do we have somebody complaining about censorship? That's funny, because that's... Oh my goodness, you guys. Let's not act like little children. How about that? How about that? Let me get this set up again. Then we'll dive right in. Alright, so this is how figures start, yeah. Although we're not making a figure today, but yep. So what we're gonna do is just kind of get the head shape going. Like I said, you have to be patient. It's gonna look funky for a while. Alright, just give it some time. It'll end up being something. It'll look right. Don't worry. Have some patience. And then I'll use a little bit of reference and we'll get it looking like something. Yeah, people were arguing about his eye color. We are going to do the head without a mask. And then, of course, if we have time, which we won't, we will go ahead and make the helmet. Alright. Let's do this. So, let's go ahead and just kind of pop out a nose, a little bit of a nose right there. Kind of like that. The eyes are going to be roughly right there. And that's it. We're done. That's pretty good, I think. I'm pretty pleased with that. Let me do this. Alright, I've got some references, so that's why sometimes you'll see nothing's happening on the screen. That's because I'm looking at my reference images. And that's how that works, so. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just kind of pop things out in the general shapes that I need them, and then we're going to go ahead and sculpt things through. It's kind of it's a long process. It's not a quick thing. It's no easy task. I mean, I'm sure it's easy for some people, but not necessarily me. So it's probably going to be a good idea to refrain from making jokes like, oh, it doesn't look like any, like it's going to get tiring quick to everybody but you. So probably going to just want to not do that. Honestly, the top of the head doesn't matter all that much because we are going to be doing, you know, hair and whatnot, but it's better to get it pretty accurate. Reasonably anatomically accurate. And it's going to change a lot, but I just like to get it kind of close. Mostly head-shaped. And we'll go from there. Zoom in, zoom out, make it a little bit easier to see what you're doing. Alright, so let's kind of just start sketching some features. And we'll go from there. Hey, Mason, what's up? Yeah, so when we go back to doing the point thing, guys, I think we're gonna have to change the values, because you guys are gonna have, like, way too many points now, and that's not gonna be a good thing. And you'll see, as we go, it's gonna be like, what the heck is he making? But then you're gonna be like, oh, it's starting to look like something. Now, I'll probably be a lot slower at this than people who do this regularly. I don't normally make likenesses. I just make faces however I want to make them, because I'm designing my own stuff. But we'll get there. Don't worry. Alright, let's kick this up just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, this is the helmet, because, you know, facial features. Have you seen Captain America before? He doesn't have a face on his helmet. Am I gonna get Majin Buu? I get all of the figure arts. Okay, so his brow kinda comes down. Holy crap, let me have time to answer questions. If you're new to the stream, guys, don't just spam a question over and over again. I need to have time to answer it. Oh my goodness. I think his jaw... He's got a heck of a jaw. I never realized it was quite so big. That's okay. We're gonna give him the jaw that he needs. He also has a heck of a nose. All right. I'm just trying to make sure I get the main under structures of his face pretty much in place. I think... he's got a little bit of that pout going on around his mouth. So we're gonna puff up the pout just a little bit. Hey guys, if you're new to the stream and you'd like to help support the channel, or if you're not new to the stream, but if you're just here and you don't hate what you're seeing, if you could hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. It would help me out a whole bunch. It'll let YouTube know that at least some people like what I do. So if you even just don't dislike what I do, that'd be wonderful. And if you like what I do, then maybe even consider subscribing if you're new. That would be wonderful. You're gonna melt everything in the, you're talking about the junctions. You shouldn't have trouble, especially if you picked mag, and you know how to play mag, you're not gonna have any trouble killing anything in the junctions, honestly. So that's not a good metric. Yo!
America.
Trimpinator, man, coming in with the $25 donation for good old America. Thank you, Trimpinator. I appreciate it. Very much appreciated. I'm thinking I'm feeling pretty good about that skull. I don't ever go straight from the skull because honestly, unless you're going for like perfect accuracy, anatomically speaking, which I'm not going to be spending that much time on it, you don't really need to. No one's going to be checking the musculature. I'm just going to make it as like as I can to the actor within these 3 hours. That's my goal. And I think we'll be able to hit it. At least pretty close. Tripinator, man, I really do appreciate it. I definitely appreciate the support. Alright. Alright, you know what I want to do? I want to pop some eyes on here, just because they help keep everything kind of where they need to be. If you squint really hard, you can kind of see Chris Evans' features in this. Just a little bit, but you can. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to grab some ears real quick. I've sculpted some ears. Oh, you know what? I already have some I can just grab quickly without spending too much effort. Let me grab them. So what I did is, back when I didn't really know what I was doing, I made some ears that I sculpted them from scratch, so it's not like I'm using somebody else's work, but I made some ears so that I could just bring them in and save some time. That's not them, that's the one that they built in, and you can see it's like super basic. But I don't really like these ones that I've made, so I'm going to import them nice and early, so I end up resculpting them from scratch basically, but they're going to give me something like an ear shape. Where's my other... There it is. So it'll give me there it is. Something like an ear pretty early on, just to give me... we need to bring the jaw forward and down a little bit first. Like that. Alright. Okie dokie. Let's see how his ears look. So you're saying not only was Beast Wars the best Transformer series ever, but it also made Transformers actually a thing? Randall White. I am making not bearded Cap, but not like really young Cap either. Like somewhere in the middle. I guess it's Civil War look. Let me look at my reference. That looks like Civil War Cap to me. Somewhere between like Age of Ultron and Civil War. Something like that. Alrighty. We're about to be done getting the base shapes in place, and then we can start refining the details. Like I said, it's a long process, but we're going to get as much of it done in 3 hours as we can, and by that time we should have something fairly reasonably accurate. That's the idea, anyway. And that should be okay. That should work out. Alright, let's pop some eyeballs in here. We don't need the Floron anymore. Let's save this. I find, now some people don't put the eyes in till later. Some people put them in almost instantly. I like to do it kind of in the middle. I want to get the basic bone structure in place first. And then I like to pop the eyes in. And then, because they end up getting moved around a bunch anyway, you'd be surprised how difficult it is. And I'm sure there are some people that are just like super talented and they're able to just likeness, done. But the human face is particularly challenging because you'll often be able to tell that something's not quite right, but not quite what it is. So it's a little bit of a trick to get likenesses down. And that's why, generally speaking, for customs, I don't do live action people. Because it's a pain in the ass. Oops, we don't want that. It's a lot of work, and I don't mind doing the work, but I gotta get paid for that work, so that's the problem, ultimately. It usually makes things unreasonably expensive. What the heck is going on here? Oh, I know what's going on here. There we go. There we go. Let's get those eyes on there. He does have relatively narrow eyes. We want almost exactly one eye's distance between them. That's probably pretty close. If it's anything like Kratos, it'll basically be spot on in 3 hours. Yeah, but Kratos didn't have an actual, like, realistic look. He was pretty close in this new game, but still. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do. Like I said, this is more... I mean, it's kind of a fun thing to do, 4th of July. Everybody can tune in and watch Captain America. But it's really just like a study for me. I gotta practice this kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing it for. Let's do this real quick. There we go. How much do you charge for an average custom? I don't make average customs. Gleam. Hey, we got a new sub. Thank you for this sub. Those eyes might be a little big. That's probably one of the things I have the most difficulty with. Making eyes the right size. I don't know why. Every artist has their quirks. That's mine. One of them, anyway. Is this a rerun or is he reading from a different chat? What? The heck are you talking about? Doesn't even make sense. Oh, you're asking because there's YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, it's on the screen, man. You can see it. You can see the chat I'm responding to. I'm responding to your comments too. How could it be a rerun? Oh my goodness. If I was able to respond to your comments in a rerun, then that's pretty special. That is not what's happening. All right. Well, I think I want to move the eyes around a little bit. They seem too low. Not a lot, but a little. I'm aware what a rerun is, John. Alright, we'll leave it like that for now. So what I'd like to do at this point is kind of just, kind of just smooth everything out a little bit. Have I sold my figure lots yet? Some of them not yet. Okay. What do you mean I'm not done? I was gonna leave it like this. Is this not, this doesn't look like Chris Evans? Oh, man. I appreciate you guys defending me, but I'm actually done. I actually think this looks just like Chris Evans. Well, let's go ahead and give him his furrowed brow, because I want to do that. Alright, so for the mouths suck to make accurate. But his doesn't have any particularly noticeably unique features, so it shouldn't maybe be too bad. He's got kind of a big lower lip. We'll see. I usually spend a lot of time on the mouth and a lot of time on the eyes, which sounds like most of the head, but the general structure isn't going to be too bad once we start filling it in, so I'm not really worried about that. No. Photogrammetry is not going to do much for me. It wouldn't really be helpful for me, unfortunately. So, no. Alright, so I think we want to start to just fill in a little bit here. And of course, we're going to come back to all these different parts. It's just better to move around the figure. Well, it's not a figure. Oh, it's still a figure, I guess. It's better to move around it than to just focus on one thing, especially when you're this early on. You don't want to spend too much time. Looking at one part of it only. Hey, Liam, thanks. Appreciate it. This now looks like Chris. You can see, like, some of the key features. That's the thing. You want to get the main features in place, and then you can just adjust everything else as you go. It'll work. Trust me. It'll work. I'm not an expert at sculpting. Especially realistic likenesses, but I do know the basics, and I think we're going to be able to get something done here today. And if not, well, it's still part of the learning process, so that's all good. Hey, what's up, Mike? How's it going? I think we need to do this. That feel when it doesn't work? What are we talking about? Hey, 1 in 5 guys has that problem, by the way. Don't be too ashamed. You're telling me I'm not an expert? I just said I'm not an expert. I'm aware. I am fully aware. Oh, you were saying it in like disbelief. Yeah, I'm not an expert. Everything I know is self-taught, give or take. So, yeah, I wouldn't call me an expert. I would call me somebody who knows things. Hey, we're getting there. You can start to see some of the features. Some of the features are starting to show up. Oh, he's got a lot more of this going on. Now, here's another thing to note, guys. When you're doing a head sculpt like this, the jawline almost always looks weird because you don't have that extra neck bit that comes down from the side that connects to the rest of the head. So the jawline ends up looking really gaunt when it's actually not. You just don't have the neck to fill everything in. But that's okay. It'll look good from most angles. And maybe we'll even pop the neck on. A lot of people, when they're doing something like this, they add the neck part. So maybe we'll do that. Well, we're not going to get to the outfit today. There is no way in 3 hours I'll get the head done, and the helmet done, and the outfit. But maybe if we come back to this, we will get that kind of stuff done. Hey, Pickles! What's up, Pickles? Thanks for the follow over there on the Twitch. He does have a little bit of his chin coming forward a little bit. It's not a double chin like that, it just sticks forward. Why am I using that tool? Let's use this one. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, by the way. Take a moment to do that. I do appreciate it, guys. I know you could be out doing all kinds of fun things. Barbecuing, grilling various meat products, shooting off explosives in your hands, things like that. I do appreciate that you chose to be here instead. It means a lot, so thank you very much. And also, if you want to give the video a thumbs up, that would be great too. I would appreciate that. You know what the problem is right now? The top of his head's not quite big enough. But I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to hide it with his hair. And like I said, we only have 3 hours-ish. to get this done. So I have to be a little bit more shall we say, what's a good word for what I'm trying to say? Not more, less discerning than I normally would be. That'll probably do. Mike, that's funny. Alright, we don't need quite so much of this over here. He's just a human after all. Alright, one thing to note is he does have a little extra bit of a bump right here on his nose. It's probably going to end up getting disappeared and then redone. But we'll put it there for now. No, I'm being more practical than normal, less precise, less, oh my gosh, I don't know. Listen guys, I went to bed at after 7 a.m. this morning, alright? I didn't sleep in a whole lot, so bear with me here as we try to speak linguish. Linguish. The English language is what I'm trying to say. Get that bottom lip in there. Hey, is it me, or did his jawline get better and better as he was Captain America more and more? Because, I mean, he was an attractive dude before. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, like... He was an attractive guy. I'll just put it out there like that. But I'm pretty sure his jaw just got squarer and squarer as the movies went on. Did anybody else notice this? When I do things like this, I give myself 3 hours to get it as close as I can for you guys. But for my action figure line, I spend a lot more time on it. Everybody set, as soon as you make a bald, because everything starts off bald, because you don't sculpt the hair first, as soon as you start making a bald character, oh my gosh, Professor X, oh my gosh, Lex Luthor, oh my gosh, nope, none of the above. Once we put hair on it, it will look a lot better too. Bald people look funny when they're not always bald. But that's okay. No, it's actually Matt Damon. Remember the time somebody said it looked like Matt Damon, and they also said it looked like, oh god, now I can't think of who they said it looked like. They also said it looked like... Two people that look nothing alike. Oh, they said John Bernthal, Matt Damon, and one other person. All on one design that I was making. And Mark Wahlberg. No, it wasn't Mark Wahlberg. That's not who they said. Stop lying. Sky Blue, knock it off. Oh my gosh, I already talked about photogrammetry, or photogrammetry. Photogrammetry. Yeah, I do know what that is. It doesn't apply to what I do. Not in a practical sense. I already responded to that the last time you asked. Don't ask a question if you're not gonna listen to the answer. Oh, they said Dante, that's what it was. Yeah. We should have done a Deadpool one of these. You guys seem to like these videos more than I'm designing my own action figure videos. Which is unfortunate because that's pretty good times. You guys miss out. But that's okay. Either way, maybe we'll do more of these kind of videos just for fun. In the downtime. Okay, let's just not list every bald character ever. It's not really necessary. Oh my gosh, I know. Although photogrammetry isn't the same thing as scanning them in. I mean, it's part of it, but there's a lot more to it. But either way, no, I don't want that. Said I'm familiar with it. That's true, they did say that. Everybody was like, hey, it looks just like... And it didn't look like any of the things that they were saying. Oh, I just realized his brow doesn't really do what I was doing with it. He just has a couple of lines. They're not even that far apart. They're a lot closer together. He just has like 2 lines like right here. I don't really care who plays the X-Men as long as they do a good job casting them, which they generally haven't done for the X-Men, except for Logan. So I don't know. Oops. think we need to extend the nose a little bit. Well, maybe not too much. Maybe just a tiny little bit. Let me see. Yeah, it's not too far off, honestly. Hey!
Had to round that number out. Great work.
Tripinator, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the donation and the fact that you rounded the number out. That is very awesome of you, sir. Alright, let's get the eyes kind of zeroed in here. M at Marvel Legends Infinity War. Stop that, Zeus. Why would anybody use the Marvel Legends head for reference? That seems like an absolutely bad idea. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm using some reference, yes. It's pretty much impossible to sculpt a likeness without having reference of that person. Unless you're a stalker, you are most likely not gonna know the specific details of that person's face. So you might, but I don't. Don't know the specifics of his face off the top of my head. Zeus, stop chewing that. Stop. You look jacked. Who, me? No. It's an optical illusion. Okay, Chanuka, you need to stop. Alright, you're not only are you spamming the chat, but I didn't ask you for all of this information that has nothing to do with what I'm doing at the moment, so stop. This is just for fun, guys. Not, I don't plan to sell it. I don't plan to even finish it, honestly. It's not likely it'll get finished today. The mobile Twitch interface is terrible. Not the best is an understatement completely. An absolute understatement. Hey, Jarvis. Welcome. How far back are his eyes set? Yeah, he's got pretty good schnoz going, so that's okay. What are we talking about, guys? Oh, yeah, good practice and bringing in new viewers. Yeah, that's definitely why I do it, for the practice. Not the viewers. No, the practice is important too, though. I think we'll leave the mouth like that for now. I'll clean it up as we go. How's his chin? He's got more. Alright, let's do this for now. Let me throw on some placeholder hair just so that we have something. Alright, let's just do it like this. Actually, let's do it a different way. A way that'll be a little bit easier. Hi Zeus, I see you, buddy. It looks more complicated than Photoshop. It is incredibly more complicated than Photoshop. I spent about 6 months learning how to use it before I even downloaded the software, the trial version. And then I spent about 6 months using it. Well, I spent a month using it with the trial version. And then I spent another 6 months learning how to use it once I actually had it in hand. And then another year learning how to use it, and then another year using it. So, quite a long time. We're gonna adjust all of this, guys, don't worry. It's just, I need to get it in place before we can do anything with it. Why did that happen? Oh, that's okay. Hey, buddy. I can only say I have to get it in place before I can move it around so many times before. I'm gonna lose it when somebody tells me how wrong it is, while it's still not even close to anything. Like, no, this is where I wanted the hair. This is exactly what I was going for. Don't worry. Come on. Obviously, I'm not even sculpting the hair. I'm just getting something to give him hair, so that we have not just a bald head. I think it's pretty clear this isn't the final result that I'm going for. It's not Johnny Bravo after all. Although, maybe one of these days we do Johnny Bravo. Anybody know what Johnny Bravo is anymore even? Probably not. You mean you wanted his hair to look like bacon smashed all over his head with poop? Yeah, that's what I was going for. How did it turn out? You mean that's not the right look? Shit. I knew I should have gone to art school. You know what? If I had used the photogrammetry, I would have had it done. But I didn't. I didn't use the photogrammetry. Since this is just a quick 3-hour thing, I only have two. I have one relatively side view, one relatively front view. Like I said, I'm not going for like hyper realism to get something that kind of looks like something. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Trimpinator with another donation. Trimpinator's bringing it home today. You know I don't have anything to give you, right? I'm sorry, man. I feel like I maybe have misled you. I'm not sure. But I do appreciate it. Just want to be clear, you're not buying things here. Just want to make sure you're aware. Did you say you can show knee? Are you referencing when I had my knee visible in the one stream and I made a joke about getting more views by showing my knees? Is that what you're referencing right now? Because if so, you win. You win the internet. I don't have bobs or vagine. I'm working on the bobs, but I don't think the vagine's coming along very well. Well, you sir win. Do you guys want to see my knee that has the severe Osgood Slaughter's problem, or do you want to see the regular knee that doesn't have quite as bad of a problem? It's really your call. Actually, it's not you guys. It's just Trevinator. It's a joke, by the way. For those of you that don't tune in regularly, I made a joke one time because I was sitting. How was I sitting? I think I was sitting like this, maybe, while I was playing video games. I don't know what I did, but I had my knee showing, so I made a joke about showing some skin to get views, and that's what he's referencing. There's not actually any weird perviness going on. It was just, there's a callback to an older stream. And some weird perviness, to be fair. To be fair. Alright, I think I don't want to spend too much time. Osgood Schlatters. It's a disease where the top of your tibia, the bone, is a little bit enlarged in the front and hypersensitive, which was not pleasant when I was playing basketball and soccer all through school. But I can show you, there's also a scar on my knee right here. See if you can see that. You probably can't. But this right here, mine's bigger than normal. It sticks out a little bit farther. I don't know if you're going to be able to really tell from there. But normally you have the kneecap here, and then it goes into your tibia. My tibia comes forward more. So, that's a thing. And it used to be hypersensitive. Now it's not so bad, but it's still relatively sensitive. Like one time, my brother punched me in it because he knew it would hurt, and it hurt. It hurt bad. Hey, Kirito! What's up? Alright, we need to get back to work here. There's many things wrong with the face, I want to point out. I'm aware of that. We're working on it. Most people wouldn't have heard of that disease. Because it's really not a big deal. It's just a bone thing. Like, nobody cares about that. Like, oh, your knee hurts a little bit? We don't care. That's the kind of things they would say to me. I mean, if you are one of those weirdo people that likes male knees on streams, then I guess I have decent legs. I mean, I did play soccer my whole life, so there's that. But don't expect to see them, because we're not doing weird stuff here. That's not really my thing. Alright, we need to add some brows, because without brows, it just looks weird. Oh my gosh.
Worth every penny.
Oh man. Oh, that is hilarious. That is good stuff. Oh man. I'm gonna just assume, and don't correct me. Some bees, thanks some bees. Appreciate it. I'm going to just assume that you guys are just joking along and not actually perving out, because if you're perving out, then I need to stop, because that's creeping me out and I don't like it. So don't respond to that. Just let me assume you're not being serious, and that would be better for everyone. Alright, let's get some, Oh, you do? How old are you? Because mine only really hurt me in my formative years. Once I became older, it wasn't really so much of a problem. But it was definitely a problem when I was younger. Alright, let's get some brows going, because we need some brows. Because that makes it look a lot different. Trust me. I keep telling you to trust me, but you should. You guys should know by now I'm a trustworthy fellow. I wouldn't lead you wrong. That's not the saying, is it? No, I don't think so. The fireworks at night. All the fireworks you need just happened. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not mass curve? Where the heck did that come from? Especially the hair? No, the hair is the wrong shape. I was already told it doesn't look right. And I was like, but I thought it was done. And then I found out I was wrong. So I appreciate it, Voltar, but I hate to break it to you. Somebody already announced that it was wrong. It's just not good enough. Hi, Zeus. Hi. Can you not drive me nuts while I'm doing this, please? Thanks for not driving me nuts while I'm doing this, Zeus. Oh, that's right. You are driving me nuts while I'm doing this. Alright. His eyebrows are not that shape at all, so we need to move them around a little bit. Which I planned on. His eyebrows come up and make him look like a badass. At least in the movies. Hey, Mr. Crack followed on Twitch. Thank you, Mr. Crack. Alright, so what I'm going to do is get him to kind of sit just inside the flesh, and then I'll sculpt him on top of that lump. That way I can move him around afterwards. Alright, so his brows, he's got very small eyebrows. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll just get a small little brush like this. And we're just gonna do a little bit of this. You know what? I think I just noticed a thing. The eyeballs weren't really in the right spot. I think we want them like right there. That's not what it's supposed to look like. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm fixing it. Don't judge me. That is not Captain America right there. That is an entirely different country. What did I do? I messed up the eye somehow. Hang on. I'm gonna fix this. Okay. I don't know what I did, but I did something. That looks... I totally screwed something up. I don't know what I did. I think I hit the wrong thing at some point, so let's just go back. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Hey, stop it. Yeah, I don't know what I did to the eyes, but we can work with it from here. How are we doing on time? Oh, we've only gone an hour and 25 minutes. That's nothing. That's nothing. We have plenty of time to get this looking right. That's nothing. Hey, Bogwabbit just subbed on Twitch. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I think that might be too much eyebrow. Yeah, it is. He doesn't have caterpillars like I do. So we need to just tone him down a bit. We'll just leave it like that. Let's pull it up a little bit. That. Nice, Bog. You should know, and this is of course only if you're interested in doing it, you should know that that Twitch sub is something you have to do manually every month. It won't redo itself. Ooh, that's another thing I could mention. For all of you people who are tuning in, who don't normally tune in, you may be interested to know, and maybe you already do and don't care, but if you don't, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch account and subscribe to my Twitch channel for free. So it helps me and doesn't hurt you. It costs you nothing. All you have to do is connect the two accounts, and that's it. If you wanted to, you could do that. All the cool kids are doing it. Ermagersh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Joined up on YouTube. And there's the link for my Twitch. Oh my gosh, Alfonso was a cool kid. Thanks, Alfonso. You are a cool kid.
I'm a cool kid.
Oh my gosh. Hey, we're getting raided. Alright, look at this. This is just a busy day for us. Good job, everybody. Thank you for the raid. Artsy... I'm gonna read that wrong. Artsy Chiara brought 10 viewers over. Hey, thanks for that. I guess it's a good thing I chose to stream today, guys. Lots of good stuff happening. There's still something very off about this. I have to figure out what it is. Like, at some angles, it looks right, and then at other angles, it looks very wrong. So I have to figure it out. And that's the problem that we often find with Marvel Legends, where they don't figure it out. I think I know what it is. I think the head's not big enough. Hey, WD Monday subscribed. All right. Thank you. Oh my gosh, another thing. Artsy is now following. The best stream on the internet. He's not wrong. This is. You can check. You can Google it. I have to say that hoping nobody actually tries to Google it. What if we did this? Hang on. Let me take it all. Let's see what happens if I do this. There's something... Is that better? Nah. Hey look, it's the Marvel Legends Deadpool head. You know what? I think maybe, even though he does have a big chin, I'm thinking maybe I made it too big and that's what's throwing everything off. I know the eyes are too big. We'll work on it. See, from certain angles, it looks really good. Hey, WD Mondays, now following. Thank you. That helped right there. Pull that mouth back a little bit. Hey, Chanuka. I'm the one working on this. You're not. If you want to work on one, I suggest you do so. I don't think you should go to someone else's thing while they're working on it and tell them how to do it. That seems like a bad idea. Oh my gosh, guys, the hair is not done. The hair is not even remotely there. I mean, as far as the final sculpt goes. Stop talking about the hair. The hair is not the hair. The hair is a placeholder for the hair, which doesn't look like hair. Let's talk about the hair some more, which is just a bunch of smush marks. I'll tell you what. Oh my gosh, things are happening. Metal Gear is now following. We have followers and subs everywhere. What a wonderful day it is. Ashen Creatures. I think I've seen Ashen Creatures around on the Twitches. I want to try shrinking the eyes a little bit. Nope, wrong thing. Hey, Ashen, I'm doing alright. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh my god. Hey, Bogwapit2. Bog, are you creating multiple accounts? Don't do that. They don't like that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen you around, Creatures. Ashen? Ashen Creatures? I don't know which way to refer to you. Alright. So for those of you just tuning in, this is just kind of like a relative... Okay, for me it's a speed sculpt. I'm going to spend 3 hours trying to get this as accurate as I can. I don't normally do likenesses, so it's just practice and it's for funsies. That's all. Oh, I'm noticing a thing. Yeah, alright. I gotcha. I gotcha. Frederick, thanks. I think his head slopes a little bit more than that as well. So let's pull that back just a bit. Yo!
The hair.
Oh, man. Oh. Jacob, look at this. Busy, busy stream. You know what I don't like about it, I'm going to get rid of it for now, is this spot right here. I'll come back and detail it as I need to, but that was making it, that was throwing the whole thing off. Well, that's probably one of the things wrong with the eyes. I didn't have the eyeballs in the right place. That'll probably help a little bit. Or we just leave it like that and call it a day. I mean, I'm pretty good with that. Essay, thanks, man. Thanks, Ashen Creatures. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I sculpt heads. Like, I've made a bunch for my action figure line. I just usually make them from scratch and don't have to worry about what they look like. I mean, accuracy-wise. But for this, since I'm making it based on some of these are just dummy heads. Don't worry about how goofy they look like that one and that one. But for this, I'm trying to make it actually look like something, so I appreciate it. It's like I said, it's practice, it's a fun thing to do, and people kind of like this kind of stuff. So that's what we're doing. Alright, let's hide those. Hey, Moobot. What's up, Moobot? Moobot's finally doing its job. That helped right there. It looks a little better. He's got a bit of an Asian look though, and that's not quite what I'm going for. Unfortunately, I think sculpting a bunch of Japanese people has shaped my tendencies, and now I'm sculpting Captain America to look like he's not necessarily Captain America. But we're gonna fix it. From certain angles, like right there, nailed it. I mean, it's not done, but that's pretty close. But then from other angles, it's still off. So we're gonna get there, guys. See you later, Cutie Toe. Take it easy. Blue Lights Productions, what's up? Are you sculpting Captain America in honor of the Independence Day? I am. Normally I just work on my action figure line, but today we will not go silently into the night. I'm not going to quote that movie because I don't remember any more of it than that. Good movie though. Anybody that doesn't like that movie doesn't like good movies. Hey, there we go. Now it looks like he's eating something. Actually, I'm making a joke about that. I did it too much, but he does have that. Maybe just a little bit like that would be enough. Should have done Will Smith. I can do Will Smith real quick. It's pretty close. If he was bald. Travis Willingham from Critical Role? I don't know what that is. But he sounds like an incredibly handsome individual. So I'm gonna say thanks. The eyes are too damn narrow now. I can't seem to... This is the hard part. I told you guys. The eyes are gonna take me some time. But we'll get it. Alright, I want to move this. Ooh, well then I guess I do owe you a thank you. For saying I look like somebody who's attractive. This actually looks a lot like the Hot Toys version of this guy, which is kind of funny because I thought it was so inaccurate, which it is. I mean, relatively speaking, it looks like it more than it doesn't, I guess, but that's about it. That angle, okay, so the side and actually it's just the side now. The side angle looks pretty good. Thanks, Alec. Oh, you should see his knee. That's funny. Alright, I gotta figure out what's going on here. There's something... I think I might know. You know what? I think I know what the issue is. Or at least one of the issues. I think I need more face from the cheekbones down overall. I think that's a thing. Let me see here. Or I could just raise the eyes a little bit. Let's try that. I'm almost done campaign 1 of Critical Role. Actually, then I have to catch up on like the last 10 episodes of 2. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. I think I also see it. I see another issue here. This almost looks like Dean from Supernatural. I'm gonna change the title real quick. And we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it right there. Done. It's Dean, it's not Captain America. We're gonna Bob Ross the shit out of this. It's not Captain America. It's somebody else entirely. Happy accident, we're done. Hey Rick FD, you don't have to go to take a dump. That's what cell phones are for. You can watch the whole time. I think maybe a little more in here. Why would I have a favorite customizer? I don't have one. If I was gonna sculpt one of the Spider-Man actors, it would be Tom Holland, because nobody cares about the other ones anymore. What the heck? Hey, from that angle, it looks really good. Who's my favorite artist? I don't have a favorite artist. I don't have favorites of things like that. I'm an adult. I haven't sat there and decided who my favorite artist of what, anyway? What are we talking about, generally? I don't know, there's lots of people that are incredibly good at art. But all kinds of different mediums, so I don't know. Why, thank you, Nightbot, for letting me know to save my work. I appreciate you for being helpful, like, occasionally, barely. Nope, it's not going anywhere, guys. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. Just for practice, for me, fun for you guys, something to do on 4th of July instead of working on the action figure line. Why is he still on YouTube? Damn it, Nightbot! I told you to knock it off. Okay, let me see here. There's something I need to change about his everything, mostly. But I think if I do this, this might solve my problem. Mike Roach, why are you saying the same thing your mom says? I don't get it. Oh, that was way too mean. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Because you said that in a very rude way, so I had to do a mom joke on you. I'm sorry. Not sorry. He put a sad face. To be fair, I did satisfy your request, so you can't be too mad. You can't be too mad. I'm not getting a 3D printer anytime soon. I may eventually, but right now it's just not cost effective for me because it's a lot of money. So what I do is I have people who do it for me, the printing. One guy uses a Form 2, the other guy uses a, like, one of the, I can't think of the, I can never remember the brand name. Oh my gosh, but they use it for like hearing aids and stuff. Other people do. He doesn't. I can't think of the name. I don't know why I can never think of the name. But I can't. Have I ever made any custom Mega Man figures? I don't think I have. I don't think so. Also, Mike, your name isn't lost on me. I'm well aware of what you did there. So, you should know that. You know why? You know what? Why I'm having trouble with this head sculpt? I only have a front view and a side view. I don't have the angled view, and you need that. That 3/4 view is necessary in order to sculpt a head appropriately. I'm also wondering if perhaps I made his face too big for his face. Hey!
For the absolutely savage burn. I'm out of money.
Well, thank you for spending all your money here. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I kind of sculpted like a crazy fantasy version of Mega Man on here, but that's about it. Yeah, the Mega Man I sculpted is this right here. I'll show you. Hey look, it's Mr. Terrific almost. This is the Mega Man. Well, first, I would like to point out, guys, we still have Captain Falcon, Ganondorf, Earthworm Jim, and Lonk to finish. Lonk's right there. We have to finish those, but here you can kind of get a look at the fantasy steroid-fueled Mega Man up there. Oh, we also have the Battletoads guy. We have a lot of other projects to work on, which we haven't had done any work on lately at all.
Lol JK, you deserve it.
Holy crap, Tripinator, thank you so much. That's more money than I've ever had at one time. No, I'm just kidding, but thank you. I really do appreciate it. You are you're a heck of a guy. That's very much appreciated. I don't even know how to respond, honestly. I think shrinking the face on the head helped a little bit. I know, but I wasn't planning on, like I said, this was just supposed to be like a real quick, like, not real quick, but 3-hour quickie, relatively quick sculpt. So I wasn't really worried about the reference too much. But now that I'm getting into it, I'm like, I really wish I had a three-quarter angle. Three-quarter view, but you can move it however you want. Yeah, but using the model you're making as reference won't help. Also, that's what she said. Let's not lose sight of what we do around here. You know what? Let's work on the mouth a little bit. We kind of left it there. It just looks like a couple of worms on his face. Let's do that. Shut up, Nightbot. I'm not listening to you anymore. You never listen to me. Stupid robots never listen. Hey, that angle right there looks a lot like him. So, we're definitely... You know what it is? Another thing. There's so many things. Every time I look at a different angle, it looks... There's another thing I notice. This is why these likenesses aren't things I do regularly. It takes too much work. Well, I don't do figurines. Just let's be clear, I do action figures. Okay, there's a difference. But, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. I sculpt, and then I make it 3D printable. And that's about it.
Might as well round up.
Oh my gosh, Trimpinator, you are, Remember, you're not getting anything for this, alright? It's just mediocre humor and some sculpting. I can show you real quick. Real quick. Who out there is interested in seeing the action figures real quick? Okay. So, I started out with a singular body, and then I cut it up into pieces, like you said, for the articulation and stuff. But the pretty much after that, okay, I'll go through the process real quick. So I started off with this body, which is one. Where is it? It's gone. I've lost it. This body, I sculpted this back when I had the trial, the 30-day trial of ZBrush 4R7, back when I had no idea what I was doing. So I started off with this. We're going to go through the process real quick, everybody. I sculpted this back when I had no clue what I was doing. I know the anatomy's not great, but it was close enough to get things going. He's leaning back too far. There were issues. I dealt with them as we went along. I do like, overall, the anatomy's kind of cool, except for the abs. Anyway, I started off with this. Okay, then I cut it up into a bunch of different pieces, and then I sculpted on top of those pieces and created a whole bunch of different pieces, and then I ended up with this file right here. It looks like Sandman. It definitely doesn't look like Sandman. Did I not click it? I clicked it. It's just taking a long time to load. You wanted your name to fill the list, is it? It is. Damn. I guess I should reset the list. I mean, might as well. Yondu? No. You don't see Yondu. Where do you see Yondu? I'm very curious. This down here? Oh, you can't see my finger. This right here? Why is this file not opening? What the heck? Come on, ZBrush, don't let me down now. This was a mistake. Decisions were made. They weren't the right ones. I know, Artsy, and it irritates me a lot because I want to do static renders all the time. I want to just go high res for everything, high poly, and I can't. I can't because I have to print it out this freaking big, and it's annoying. It's so annoying. Alright guys, so there's some of the parts you can see. I haven't decided about the texture on the hood, so you can ignore the texture on the hood. So let me turn on all the parts, and then you'll get an idea of what we have. So there's all of the different parts. I have all the different forearms and chests and everything all loaded into one file. But that gives you an idea, anyway, of all the different pieces I've had to make. I don't want to spend all the time going over them, but for those of you that are new to the stream and interested in my action figures, this gives you a quick glimpse into what I've been working on for the last year. Obviously it's not done yet, but you can see we have like 1, 2, 3, we have 4 different torsos, 2 different sets of arms so far, some interchangeable forearms, 2 different sets of legs, 2 different crotch pieces, a couple of different lower legs, bunch of different heads, all kinds of stuff. But they're all here. You know what we can do? This will probably break my computer. I don't know if it will or not. My computer's not bad, but this might make everything explode. And it crashed. Called it. Nailed it. I tried to do an exploded view of all the different parts, and it crashed. But you can see there's lots of parts. Poly count's irrelevant. I mean, it's only relevant in the sense that the printers, you won't be able to handle like a 10 million poly model. But poly count's not really the issue. It's the amount of detail. And obviously I'm not putting like pores and things on a 1/12 scale figure, but in terms of the printing process, you want to go, you should feel guilty, damn it. No, I called it. I said ahead of time this is gonna crash the I said my computer, but yeah, it crashed the ZBrush, no big deal. Let's get back to what we were doing though. But yeah, you want to keep it around 1 million for printing. No higher than 1,000,000, generally speaking. But in terms of detail, it really just comes down to practicality. When you're making it 1/12 scale, a head's about an inch tall, roughly speaking. So you have to be careful. Yeah, here, I can show you one thing. I can show you two things. So I've done a couple of different prints. One of them is Wolverine. This will take a second to open, guys, but it's worth it. Because this is the Wolverine head that I've sold a few of. And it's okay, Bog Whoppet, I'm not going to worry about it. We're not going to finish the Chris Evans head tonight. I didn't really expect it. I just thought it would be fun to do. And honestly, I already got the views. I'm just kidding. I'm not really kidding because it's true, but I'm just kidding. So this is a Wolverine head I sculpted and printed. Let's get rid of that background real quick. It's kind of hard to see. So this is the Wolverine head I sculpted and had printed, and the teeth came out. Obviously they weren't quite as detailed as this, but the teeth came out, and this was printed at 1/12 scale. Very tiny. So you can get some deets out. You can definitely get some deets. So that's possible. I like that head. By the way, for those of you that didn't buy one of these, they do fit very perfectly on the new Wolverine. So you guys missed out. And then also I did print all of these gargoyles heads. And obviously they are a lot less detailed because they're cartoon stylings. But all their details came out. The earrings even came out. So you can kind of get a feel. Same scale. So the heads, including the hair, were like this big. So the faces were about an inch. Their earrings came out no problem. Obviously, otherwise, they're fairly basically detailed. Yeah, you can get pretty good deets. It is doable. Yeah. So that's all a bunch of... Here, I can kind of give you an example. All the different things that get printed are 1,000,000 different parts. Let me open... This is one of the old files, so it's going to have weird proportions and stuff. But everything's a bunch of different parts, and then you merge them all together. And then what you want to do... You couldn't do this until relatively recently, but if you used a Boolean operation to not speak English properly, you create a shell. Actually, the proportions are good on this one. I think I fixed it. Thanks, ski beep, boop, peep peep, ski beep, boop, beep beep. Alright, anyway. So you want to take all your pieces. Oh, shit. Is this not the right... This isn't the right file. Shit. Let me open a different file. It's probably this one. Take all your pieces, merge them all into one subtool, and then use a Boolean operation to turn it into a shell. Because you want it to be a watertight shell, which it will do. And then you don't actually have to cut anything out. But you want to use the Boolean feature in ZBrush because it will allow you to do what I'm talking about. So every one of these pieces I made separately and then put them all together. Look. So that's separate, that's separate, that's separate. I mean, every little piece is a separate piece. Alright, so I just made them all individually, put them all together, and then did a Boolean operation to create one piece which is easily printable. You can also assume how much effort it takes to make something like this when it's all about 1,000,000,000 different pieces. Not fun, honestly speaking. But that's how it works. Okay, back to work. Back to not making Chris Evans look like Chris Evans. Yeah, not everybody sculpts buff Pokemans on ZBrush. Also, that was a viewer request, so... Hey, Diaz! Thanks, Artsy. Artsy, how do you pronounce the second part of your name? Is it Chiara? Chiara? Maybe it's got an SH sound instead of a ch? I'm not sure. I would like to not mess your name up over and over again. Ermagerd. Hey, thanks for the sub. Still think we need to do this. Nope, not that. This. If I take... well, let's just do it. Like that. Maybe. Artsy Kiara? Kiara? The first part of your sentence doesn't make sense. Kiara. Well, that's what I would have figured. Oh, if it's... Well, see, if I know the etymology of a word, then I can figure out how to say it, but I don't know. You can't tell where something's from. So knowing that it's Italian makes more sense. Well, there you go. See, that's all. That's all. I can't guess how to say something when I don't know where it's from. I mean, I could. Brian, what's up, Brian? Yeah, I believe it. People tend to do that. But guess what? I tend to not care. I can't figure. I mean, I know what some of these things look wrong, but I can't quite make them look the way I want them to, and it's starting to frustrate me. I mean, I could. It was easier with Kratos, guys. Let's go back to doing video game characters that don't look like real people. Yeah, as far as people talking some smack about me on the internet, well, you know what? It comes with the territory. If you decide to make a business on the internet, and you have any level of exposure to the general public, people are going to do that. So that's just, it comes with the territory. Nothing to do about it, but to ignore them because they're a bunch of dingleberries. The way it goes. Not saltiness, it's the willingness to say the truth. To call out people when they decide to be assholes. It's not I'm not salty, I'm a happy guy, I'm super happy. Artsy, thanks, I appreciate it. Well, hey, if you're into collectibles at all, you came to the right place. I've got over 3,000 reviews on my channel. I think it's 3,000. I couldn't find the number the other day. I love the way YouTube works. Even the person who owns the channel can't figure out how many videos they have because YouTube's like, we don't do things that make sense. Well, I appreciate it. Did I call you Chiara again? I feel like I just said Chiara a second ago. Also, since you weren't here in the beginning, I should point out I'm working on almost no sleep from last night. So things may come out of my mouth that aren't meant to. But as long as nothing goes in, we're good. That's probably a bit too much. That's what she said. Oh my gosh, it's getting worse. Also what she said. Hey, Jose Marcos Castillo. Hey, I keep it real. I don't like that's so irritating to me that people find that unusual. Not that the people find it unusual, but that it is unusual for somebody on the internet to just speak plainly, to actually talk to the audience like they're real people. I don't get that. This looks nothing like I want it to. I mean, it still looks good from the side, so I guess if as long as nobody looks at it, everybody pretend nothing has ever happened other than from this angle, and I'm good. I'm happy with it. But something's off. Something's off. Very, very off. Maybe I know what it is. I keep thinking that, but then it never gets better. Hey, I have no problem being the opposite of agreeable, which would be... Disagreeable is not a thing, don't say it. I know some of you were thinking it just now. It's not a thing. There's another word for it. Someone wanted me to make the poof more poofy over here. What is off? There's something driving me nuts about this sculpt that is just not quite there. Hey, 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 get off my screen. Well, I'm glad you like it. Skeet beep boop beep beep. I think I got it right that time. No, let's be clear, Alfonso. Alright, let's be clear. I've been doing this for 2 hours and 20 minutes only. Alright? And I've got about the same likeness as Hasbro, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. They spend more than 2.5 hours on it. So let's not go giving them credit, okay? If I had reference images like they get, I would be done by now, probably. That's probably being generous for myself. But I'm gonna do that because I'm the one speaking. But, I think we need to be clear that they have multiple resources at their disposal, such as... I'm gonna start talking like that girl giving that one Miss America thing. Remember her? Such as, therefore... She just started saying random garbagey stuff that didn't make any sense. Anyway, they get reference images and things that however they want. Whatever, doesn't matter. Thank you, Renan. See, here's the thing, like, it's not a freaking style. It's a freaking review. That's what they freaking are. It drives me nuts. You want to see where I started? I will show you where I started, but first I'm going to save it in case I hit something and delete all my work. I did start from a sphere. I hate that it doesn't look like him from the front right now. We're going to try to clean that up in the next 40 minutes. It's Kirby Chris Evans. Oh. Oh my god. Nope, we're making Kirby Chris Evans now. That's what we're doing. No, we're not. No, we're not. We don't have time for it. Is Asian Chris Evans in there somewhere? I think we should take a moment just to appreciate the time I sculpted him to have Asian eyes for a minute. I don't know if I have him in here anywhere. Not really. I think I did. Wait. That's close. Anyway. Let's get back to work. Hasbro's not terrible at sculpting. I think what they're terrible at is letting their sculptors do what they want to do to make the project the way it needs to be. If I had to guess, that would be my guess. But I don't know for sure. Oh no. Did that help at all? Not really. There's something off. What is off about it? What is making it look weird from the front, but mostly right from the side? There's something. See, I told you guys, this is a long process and I don't do this because it's too much of a pain in the ass to be cost effective. I warned you when we started, so if any of you are like, this is taking too long and it's boring, you're right. But I warned you so you can't complain. No, I mean, obviously the hair's not good, but you know what, Trimpinator? I will send you back all your money. I won't. I need it. I'm very hungry. Oh, man. Hey, Chano, Chaheen, you sculpted me. You inspired. You sculpted. Oh my gosh, you inspired me to collect, so you are awesome and cool. I agree, and I'm glad I did that for you. How long have I been sculpting? On ZBrush? A year. Give or, let's call it, you know what, let's be fair, say 18 months, roughly. That's about it. Yeah, self-taught, 18 months, give or take. I know what it is, guys. I know what it is. Again, I've said that how many times now? Someone keep track. Well, I don't have any official artistic background. I've been making custom action figures for about 8 years now, which it requires a lot of traditional sculpting. But that's it. I did that, and now I do this, and that, and that's it. I took an art class for my general ed requirements in college. That didn't really do much for me. And I took some art classes in high school. I've always been generally kind of artsy. But that's it, yeah. That is it. That could be very well what it is. But see, it's just the shading. It's just the shadows. If I dumb down the shadows, I don't think it's going to stand out as much. But maybe. Maybe I could kind of... Yeah, I mean, I get that they don't spend as much time on things because they're selling cheaper products. But like I said, I did this in 2 hours. I'm some nobody with no anything, and I did it in 2.5 hours. They could do that double and still not cost that like 4 hours. If they could have a head sculpt done in 4 hours, that's nothing. So I don't know the answer. Let's see. It's no. Nope, digital sculpting is not going to overtake hand sculpting, which is called traditional sculpting. It's definitely not. Okay, so let me see here. That could be a thing. Let me try to fill in some of this. Not going to say any jokes. Oh, it still looks good from the side, but still doesn't look good from the front. Thanks, Bloodstock. Hey, that looks okay from that angle now. That's pretty close. I think we need a little more cheekbone now. I already did that, artsy. There it is. We did it. It still looks okay from the side. Oh, so right now I'm at the point where I want to delete the file and say screw it, but we're not going to do that because giving up is what winners do until they find a project that works for them. And I'm a loser. It's not called hand sculpting, it's called traditional sculpting. Okay, don't take this the wrong way, but you seem to have a lot of opinions on art, but you don't seem to, like, have a grasp on what the art is. So I'm not sure what the deal... Maybe it's a language issue, I don't know. But it's called traditional sculpting, not hand sculpting, because, see these? Still being used. But it's not going to overtake it, because they're two different mediums. People still paint, and Photoshop has been around for a long time. The new SH Figure Arts Broly? I mean, it looks nice. It's a good color scheme. Looks alright to me. Alright, maybe it's the eyes. The eyes could be the thing. You mean hand sculpting, Ski Beep. That name. Every time I say it. I think I have figured out another thing. Let me look. Let me look. That's a thing. Let me do that. I do not plan on getting the Infinity War figures. However, if they send some to me, I'll review them. I just realized he doesn't have a Widow's Peak. Do I even know what I'm doing? So. Almost everything is already done in 3D for action figures. There's like 2 companies that use predominantly traditional sculpting. Everybody else is already doing 3D. Or at least mixing the two. So... Hey!
Hand sculpting? More like hair sculpting. Hi.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely parts of it that look like him, but there are other parts that just don't. One of the things I think is the brows. I mean, I have to say, as far as trolling goes, if you're gonna troll, Trumpinator's doing it the right way. I think that... Son of a bitch! It deleted my stuff, and I don't like that. I hate it. Pew Pew Haynes. Pew Pew. That's the name of my clan in all the video games I play. The Pew Pew Patrol. You want to join? Trimpinator, you got the saying wrong. If you were there for my video game stream last night, you would know. The saying is, you can't miss a shot if you don't take it. Hey, Artsy with 2 cheers. Thank you. You can't miss a shot if you never take it. That's the saying. That's the much better saying. Why can't I save this? Oh, because I'm hitting Control Z like an idiot. Control Z is undo. Oh boy. It's hell getting old. See you later, Artsy. I'm here Tuesday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one. Guys, I made it worse. I made it worse somehow. Well, maybe not. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just mushing stuff around and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Story of my life. Well, if I was trying to sculpt Comet Cap, I wouldn't be trying to, like, there's nothing to make it accurate to. It's just a 2D drawing. This is Chris Evans' Cap.
You can't miss a shot if you don't take it.
He's not wrong. That's the saying. You never have to be afraid of failing if you never try anything in the first place. I don't understand why people don't get these sayings right. These are the right sayings. Oh, it disappeared before I could finish reading it. Sorry, person. I didn't get to read your comment. I apologize. You know what? We're gonna get these eyes. The eyes have it. But they don't yet. We're gonna finish the eyes off, and that'll make him look right. I don't usually have that problem though, John. So, I mean, you guys might be not seeing it because of that, but I'm used to sculpting without pupils. It's everything I ever sculpted. Watch this. Let's not go throwing around that word. Dubel. I don't know how to read that. I don't know if we should be saying things look great. I'm very pleased with the nose, but the rest of it, not so much. Not so much. I'm very disappointed, in fact, that I'm not farther along at this stage. I hit a wall at about the 2-hour mark, and it just stopped looking like anything. Another thing is the eyes are not close enough together. Chris Evans has wide set eyes.
I could care less. I remember that one.
You could care less? That is incorrect, sir. The saying is not could care less. Unless you could, in which case nobody cares, because that's not saying anything. Okay, so the eyes are pretty well. Let's move them in just a little bit. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know what to do. Just a little bit, and we'll see if it helps. I told you guys this may not go well. I told you! Double A07. I gotcha. I could just change this to be regular Captain America. It looked more like Chris Evans longer ago than closer to now. Like, I'm very pleased-ish with the side view. I don't know what the problem is, and it's frustrating the shit out of me. Literally, you should look at the pile. No, that's too much. I'm apologizing. I shouldn't have said that. Trampinator, why is it a sad day? Guys, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. What's wrong with me? It looked so much better back when it was like all the way over here. That's so much closer to what I was going for. I think we should just take a minute to remember that, which is Captain Kirby. Captain America Kirby. Kirby Cap. Kirby Cap. That's the one. I know, Trimpinator. I know what you did. I'm sorry, I already spent it. I know what you did. I can read. I saw it. His lower lip doesn't need to be thinner. He's got a thick lower lip. Before I ruin everything, let me just take this back to where it belongs. Turn it off and work from here. Not quite what I was going for there, ZBrush. There we go. Now we've got Captain America Kirby. Alright, back to work. Let's see if I... Let's see if I can not talk for the rest of this 15 minutes. Alright, let's see here. What do we need to do? So the jawline, let's bring it like this a little bit. I'm using the wrong tool. If I just take the picture from right there, I'll be happy. That's close enough. The nose is wrong. Son of a bitch. It's close, but it's not quite there. Oh my gosh, I live in a subdivision where the houses are fairly close together and some dickwads out there blowing fireworks off. And they're not quiet, and that's really annoying. I know the eyes are still off. I know. But I noticed a thing that I needed to fix on the nose. There's a lot that's still off with it. I'm trying to tackle one thing at a time while bouncing around to all the other things. Okay, that's enough. I don't need you to tell me what to do to every part of the face. Something I did made it not look like him from the side either. I'm so done with this right now. I tell you what, it's super frustrating. I apologize to you guys. I've let you down. I failed you. We're gonna have to try it again another time. I'm stressed at myself, not because I've let you guys down. That was a joke. It's true, but it was just a joke. The eyes are very unique. I can't seem to capture them. That nose doesn't look right at all. It's getting worse. There we go. It's beautiful. No, this was a poor showing. This was not a good showing. I'm very disappointed. I expected to be a lot farther along. While this looks like a nice head sculpt, it doesn't look like who it's supposed to look like, so what's the freaking point? It looks worse with pupils. He's almost back to looking Asian again. I'm getting ready to quit. That looks awful. Absolutely awful. No, I don't have brown hair, and it doesn't look like me. Just paint it red, white, and blue and say we're done? Maybe. Maybe we'll do that. How disappointing. Why did Kratos go so smoothly? And then this didn't. What a bummer. I'm bummed out. I am thoroughly depressed. If I had chocolate cake, I would eat it. Not even remotely close to what it's supposed to look like. Not even a little bit. And I'm gonna cry. Well, I mean, anytime you sculpt something, it's not a total loss. It's like I said, I don't do this regularly, so this is just practice to see how it would go, and obviously anything I sculpt I can end up using later for something. I'm just disappointed in the results. Well, I think we'll leave it there because I don't want to do any more. I want to keep working, but I'm also so irritated that I don't really want to. Definitely looks okay from the side at this stage. It looks all right, which makes me feel a little better. Hey, look, it's Deadpool. Yeah, you literally missed the entire stream. So, yep, you missed too much. One of the things that's good to do when you're doing art in general, but especially something like this, is just stop working on it for a little while, because you start to not notice things, or you start to think things look like one thing when they actually don't look like that, and you just need to give your brain a break, from what you're doing, and then come back to it. And that usually helps a lot, so I think that's what is in order here. So I'm going to take a break for an hour, and then I'm going to come back. I'm not going to work on this because I'm going to take an even longer break from this, but we're going to play some video games instead, because that's a good way to relax the brain. Yeah, I'm going to call it there, guys. That'll do. I'm sorry it wasn't better, but I hope you at least enjoyed it a little bit. And I will be back tomorrow working on the action figure line at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to hang out for that. I will be back in about an hour. We're just going to play some video games and hang out just for some fun. And that'll do it. So thanks a bunch for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. I know you could have done much more exciting things, but you chose to be here, so that is awesome. So thank you. To those of you who donated, that's even more awesome. So thanks a whole bunch for that, especially Trimpinator, because he donated like a whole lot. So thanks for that. And I'll see you guys in a little bit, or I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Happy 4th of July.